Hello everyone. Good evening. Hello everyone. Good evening. Hello everyone. Good evening.
It's live, Kushal. Yeah, and
Hello everyone. Good evening.
it's live, Kushal. And yeah, it's already getting a lot of response here.
Okay. Good evening everyone and
It's
welcome to
live,
40 days
Kushal.
course of Joy Programming.
And
നമ്മൾ
yeah,
ഈ
it's already
പ്രോഗ്രാം
getting a
മെയിൻ
lot of
ആയിട്ട്
response here.
ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചേക്കുന്നത് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയേഴ്സിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്കറിയാം ഫസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ വരുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും. എന്ത് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യണം, എവിടെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യണം, ഇനിയിപ്പോ പഠിച്ച് നമ്മൾ എന്താണ് ജോലി കിട്ടാൻ പഠിക്കേണ്ടത്, പഠിച്ചാൽ ജോലി കിട്ടുമോ, അങ്ങനെ കുറെ ഡൗട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും മെയിൻ നമ്മൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ വരുമ്പോൾ. ആൻഡ് ബിഫോർ നമ്മൾ നമ്മൾ ഒരുപാട് ഡെവലപ്പിംഗ് സൈഡിലോട്ട് കയറുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ നമ്മൾ കുറച്ച് ലോജിക്കൽ തിങ്കിങ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടാകാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ മെയിൻ ഉദ്ദേശം. സോ ആൻഡ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ ഞാൻ വെൽക്കം ചെയ്യുന്നു ഫോഴ്സ് യുണൈറ്റഡിന്റെ ടീമിൽ നിന്ന് ആനന്ദ് ആൻഡ് വിശാൽ, ആൻഡ് ടിങ്കാബിന്റെ ടീമിൽ നിന്ന് കുര്യൻ, ആൻഡ് ഓൾ ദ മെന്റേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ ദ പാർട്ടിസിപ്പൻസ്. വെൽക്കം യു ഓൾ ടു ദിസ് പ്രോഗ്രാം. പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ ഉദ്ദേശങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇതാണ്. ആൻഡ് വി ഹാവ് ഓൾ ഓഫ് മെന്റേഴ്സ് ഹിയർ ആൻഡ് 2K+ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പൻസ് ആയിട്ട് രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ നമ്മുടെ ക്യാമ്പസ് നമ്മൾ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയേഴ്സിനായിരിക്കും ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് ജോയ് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ ലോജിക്കൽ തിങ്കിങ് ആണ് മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് ഇതിനകത്ത് വരിക. ആൻഡ് ഭയങ്കര ഒരു കോഡിങ്ങും ഭയാനകമായിട്ടുള്ള സാധനങ്ങളൊന്നുമല്ല. ആൻഡ് ഇത് ഫൺ വേ ഓഫ് ലേണിംഗ് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ആണ്. ആൻഡ് അതിന്റെ കോഴ്സിന്റെ മാക്സിമം ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും ബാക്കി കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇത് ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്ത ആള് ആനന്ദ് ഫ്രം ഫോഴ്സ് യുണൈറ്റഡിന്റെ പ്രൊജക്ട് ആണ് മോൺ സ്കൂൾ. മോൺ സ്കൂളിന്റെ ടീമിൽ നിന്ന് ആനന്ദ്, വി ഹാവ് ആനന്ദ് ഹിയർ. സോ അതിന്റെ ബാക്കി ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് പറയുന്നതിനായിട്ട് ലെറ്റ് മീ ഹാൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഓവർ ടു ആനന്ദ്. വെൽക്കം ആനന്ദ്.
Thanks, Neha. It's been absolute pleasure to see so much excitement and interest from all of you. Thank you, all the mentors and the students who are excited to join it. Let me start with a small presentation. Just give me a minute, I'm going to share my screen. I hope you can see. Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for signing up as a mentor or a student for the Java programming course. I'm really excited to start this cohort today. So my name is Anand. I'm the creator of the Java programming course. And as you might have already guessed, I'm quite excited about programming and I enjoy helping others learn programming. And Java programming is a interesting way to learn programming. So when people learn programming, a lot of times people have to kind of understand a lot of syntax and understand so many things about programming before they can even write simple programs. So in this course, the Java programming, what we're trying to do is make people write programs by creating interesting shapes and patterns. So I'm going to show you like how the course is going to be like a bit. Okay. Before I actually kind of get into this, right? I want to kind of get a pulse of all of you. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a small survey. So I want to kind of understand how comfortable are you with programming, right? I mean, so. Just a minute. You can go to this URL and actually fill in your answers. Vishal, could you please share it on YouTube as well? So I want to understand from you how many of you already know some programming, and how many of you actually are very good at programming already. So this is a small survey that, yes, someone is ready to eat compilers for lunch. So we'll give a minute for people to kind of fill it in. Wow, there are many people who are ready to eat compilers for lunch. Okay, awesome. So people watching on YouTube Live, you can actually click on the link and fill in the responses. Sure. Sure. So many people seems to be comfortable programming already, but I'm sure it's going to be fun to try out things and create something beautiful with code. So everyone, please fill it in. I think take a moment to kind of do that. It's going to be fun to kind of see how everyone else, how the distribution inside the course. Wow, okay, so there are more new people kind of coming up now. Yes, if you're new to programming, I think just go and click there because we want to know how is the distribution of people, how many people know programming already, how many people are just starting up. Yeah, 1,800 people signed up. Where's everyone? Come on, please go and fill it in. Yes. I'll wait for like 10 seconds more. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I think we have a lot more new programmers than people with experience. I think that's something that the course also kind of targeted at. One thing nice about this course is even though we're kind of focusing on the fundamental ideas, someone who is actually good at programming can actually also enjoy the course by creating interesting shapes and patterns and can use all their skills to make something more complicated. So great, thank you so much. I'll move on to my next question. Something that I really want to understand from most of you is, I think there's still a mistake coming up. Okay, I think we'll pause, we'll stop here. Okay, thank you so much. I want to understand if how many of you actually have a laptop and how many of you are actually going to use a laptop? How many of you are using a laptop? How many of you are going to use mobile phone for actually learning this course? Okay, so when we started the previous batches with Tinker Hub, we found that many students actually were learning from mobile phone. So we want to kind of get a sense of how many of you actually don't have a computer and want to use the mobile phone to actually learn this. So I'll wait for half a minute for you to kind of fill this in. I really want all of you to kind of participate and answer this so that we'll get a sense of what are your requirements well, so that we can actually plan the course accordingly. Okay. I'll wait for till 200 people fill the form. Okay, so let's see how fast you can do. Come on. Okay, it's still 1:30. Come on, we have 70 more to go. Come on. So everyone, please answer this small quiz. I think the link is there in the chat window. It's almost half of them actually do not have access to a computer and want to learn it from a mobile phone. That's quite interesting. Great. So we're almost 200, and it's pretty much a tie. Okay. So thank you so much. Now let me kind of switch to that slide. I'll come back to this once again. So let me kind of continue with my other presentation, and I'll kind of get back to this. So you may be wondering how the course is kind of going to be. First of all, thanks for so much interest. I'm really kind of quite excited to see so many people signing up. Thanks a lot for all the mentors for the hard work, and Tinker Hub to kind of coordinate all of this. It's really quite amazing to kind of see so much response. And we are hopeful that we're able to kind of keep the excitement go on till end of this course. So I'm going to show like what the course schedule is going to look like first, right? So we're planning it to be a 5-week course. We may stretch a bit if required, but the current plan is to kind of go with 5-week. So it's starting supposed to be start on Monday, but we kind of there's some delay to kind of for a couple of days. So we are in the first week. So it will go until January 9th. May stretch a bit if required based on how it goes, because this is the first time we're working with such a large group of cohort of students. So we may have to make some fine tunings, depends on how the course goes. The current plan is we'll have Monday to Thursday lessons and exercises released every week, every day of the week. So right now, the course that you're seeing, the course is going to get revised as the course progresses. Right now we have access to the entire course, but once we release the new features, we'll actually be able to see only the lessons that have been covered so far and the exercises. So the couple of features that we're kind of adding to the platform are, once you submit your exercise, it will be validated automatically, and then it will give you feedback. If you kind of do it incorrectly, it will tell you that that's not correct. Okay. And we're planning to have interaction with mentors on Friday, and Saturday we'll have live sessions. Some of that would be me, and we'll also plan to get some guests who are veteran programmers and have been programming in the industry for quite a long time. So they'll come and share their insights about programming, how they learn programming, and what excites them even now in their journey, etc. Right? So the sessions are not going to be just as a teaching, but more about getting know bigger world about programming and get to know how other people are doing programming in their careers, etc. As you maybe kind of, a question may be in your mind saying that you have a Christmas and New Year coming up and you don't want to sit in front of a computer and then start spending time there. Yeah, we've taken that into account. So we don't have any sessions on December 24th and 25th. Similarly, 31st and Jan 1st. That means those 2 weeks, we'll make sure that there's not too much content, not too many problems for you. So let's see what we're going to learn in each week. Week 1, that's this week, we're going to get started and then draw simple shapes. We'll start with drawing simple circles and then put multiple circles together, and then draw different squares with colors, etc. And then we'll actually play with making different kinds of flags. If you are really excited, you can actually try creating a flag for your own college or try designing new flags, etc. So it's going to be a really fun exercise. Week 2, we're going to learn about how to combine and transform these shapes. Take simple shapes and then we kind of repeat it multiple times, rotate them, all that. So you can create these interesting patterns using spirals, etc. I've not put colors here just because I just want to show the kind of complexity that's kind of coming in, not to kind of show you what are the beautiful shapes that you can create. I'm sure you can create a lot more beautiful things than what I'm showing on the screen. Okay. So these things actually become the building blocks for creating very interesting sketches for you. Week 3, we're going to look at how to compose different shapes, rotate them and put them together, and then try different kinds of variations, etc. Week 4, things getting interesting. We'll start looking at how to repeat things. We'll repeat in different ways. As you can see, you start slightly complicated patterns starting to emerge from this, and then you can combine all these ideas to create really stunning sketches and patterns. Week 5 will look into even more complex things. We'll introduce randomness. We'll try to create a generative art, as in when you write a program, it will create a new shape every time that you run. Okay, so I think it's going to be really exciting to kind of try out things and then see what else can you create, etc. So I'm really hoping that you'll actually learn these techniques and apply it to create really wonderful shapes. The goal of this is really not just to create something beautiful, but also learn these ideas of programming while having fun, while creating something beautiful. The ideas of programming that we're going to learn in this course can be applied elsewhere as well. Whether you want to create command and programs to automate some things or create a web application, etc., you can still use the same concepts there. So this is going to be a foundational course for you to develop interest in programming, understand the concepts really well, and then continue programming. Even if you're not a computer science student, learning programming is going to be a very useful thing, even in engineering and applying in the fields of science, etc. It's going to be very, very useful. So after this course, you'll be able to create sketches like these, right? So all these sketches that you see on the screen are made of the patterns that you have seen that will be covered in these weeks. Are you excited? So some of the platform features that we're planning right now is we plan to add leaderboards for daily and weekly. The first, we're going to release some lessons and exercises. The first 100 people who complete exercises will be listed on the leaderboard. And also first 10 colleges with 50% completion. Half of the students who complete all the exercises will be listed. So you're also competing for yourself and also for your college. So that's incentive for you to kind of finish them quickly. We'll also have a gallery of sketches for entire cohort and also per campus. Any sketches that you're going to create, that will be listed in your campus page. So you can actually create interesting things and then show it to your friends, etc. And there's going to be a like button and comments for sketches. If you like something, you can like it and upvote it. And there are going to be comments for submitted exercises. If you submit something, a mentor can comment on it. We're also working on to kind of make it open to everyone in the cohort to kind of look at and comment on it, so that you can actually not only learn from the instructor and mentors, but also from yourself, from your peers, right? So if someone solves a problem, you can see how everyone else has solved it. Okay, so you can also look at how someone else has solved it really in a better way than what you could have solved. So I think we're trying to kind of get all these platform features. Please bear with us because all these features are not ready yet. We're still working on it. We're hoping to release these things slowly by end of this week. I hope you'll have a really exciting journey learning this course. Are you excited? Yes? Okay. So let me switch back to my other presentation. And so now it's a time for questions. You can go back to the same link that we used here and then ask questions. The questions will come up here and I'll try to answer. I or some of the mentors from TIGHub will be able to answer it. So you can go to the link and ask any question that you may have. Michelle, do you want to try asking something so that to make sure if it's actually working?
You mean should I try from question from
Yes,
getting from
please.
YouTube?
No, not YouTube. Okay, go to this URL.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention about certificates. I thought of mentioning it, but forgot. Okay. Yes, there will be a certificate after completion. So we're working on the criteria for a certificate. So you have to finish at least 75% of the exercises to be able to get a certificate. So I think we'll send you an email. We'll update the course page and also send an email with the details of the certificate. Yes, the certificate is coming up. We're thinking of actually designing a nice certificate with Tinker Hub, and then something that you can actually share proudly with all your friends. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Yes, I hope you're able to follow me, whatever I said. Please let me know if you have any questions. I think even mentors, if you have any questions, you can put in the window.
So Anand,
Where
we
will you get live
have
session
one
links?
question. Yeah.
So we'll send you an email before the live session. So every day we'll sending you an email with the updates, and also showcasing the interesting work that you people have done, right? So if someone creates interesting sketch, we'll also include that in the email and then share it with everyone. Okay. So live session link will be shared in the email, and
live session emails will be, live session links will be shared with your mentors also. So mentors can actually share it to the campus students.
yeah.
So,
Okay, I'm not sure what this question is. Graphics only. I'm not sure what this question is. The question is about is the programming only about the graphics? Not really. Okay, I mean, yes, that's the medium that we're picking. That's because it's much better than working with text or numbers when you are especially starting programming. But you can do quite intricate patterns and apply these techniques quite a lot in this medium, rather than what you can actually do it with just numbers, right? I mean, it's a lot more fun to kind of create a pattern which is kind of complicated rather than just kind of just working with numbers. For example, I'll show you a couple of sketches which are, let me, if you can just look at the kind of stuff people have created here, it's quite remarkable, right? I mean, it's not something that's easy. I mean, even though it's kind of a graphics only, it looks like it's graphics, but it's quite a bit of logic and the math kind of involved in making all of these things. Okay, for example, I'll show some of the sketches that kind of I made recently. I don't know. I mean, well, I think I'm not logged in, so I won't be able to show that right now. But I think this requires quite a lot of logical thinking to kind of get it. Yeah. Hope I answered that question. Is laptop necessary? Yeah. No. Okay. So we have made sure that people can actually learn do this course on a mobile phone. Having said that, working on laptop would be more comfortable because you have a bigger screen and you can switch between multiple tabs, etc. But if you have a mobile phone, you can still do it. We have made sure that the platform works very well on mobile phone, and in fact, half of the students in the previous batch actually learned compared to this course on a mobile phone. Hope that answered your question. Time, okay. So I'm not sure what this question is about. If what time we're going to have the live session, that's going to be in the evening. The timings we'll work with the mentors and discuss with you, and then we'll finalize. I think it's going to be around 7:30 to 8:30.
Maybe based on the duration of the course.
Duration of the course. The course duration is 5 weeks. We expect you to spend about half an hour to 1 hour every day. If you get stuck, you can always ask for help, and mentors will be able to help you out. Okay, so the duration is 5 weeks, and every day we're expected to spend about half an hour to 1 hour. So one thing that we want to do is we have kind of bucketed this in a weekly chunks. So it's week 1, week 2. So there are learning objectives for each week. So mentors will follow up with you at the end of the week to make sure that you've completed that. Okay. So it's okay if you miss out a day or two, but you should make sure that you finish all the tasks required for the week by the end of the week and before starting the next week. So we haven't really planned anything for the Sunday. That's because if you have missed out something, we have a Sunday to catch up. That is the plan. Hope I answered this question. Okay. Is it tough to learn CSC for a person without computer science studying background? Not really. I never studied computer science. I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering. Okay, and I've actually touched a computer after going to the college. I haven't even seen a computer until I went for for the admissions, really. Okay, so it's not really tough to learn CSC. Rather, I wouldn't say CSC. I would say programming. So programming is a I would say a tool to actually empower you to do whatever you're doing. So think of it like a modern calculator, right? I mean, just like how calculator was a scientific tool that people who are using, people who are not, who are doing engineering, etc., or using a calculator. The programming is an important skill for any discipline these days to do a lot of automation and use tools, combine them, and do different stuff. So it's not tough. And the reason we're doing this course is to kind of make it more and more accessible. Okay, so by doing this course, you'll actually understand the ideas of programming much better way than learning, for example, learning a C language or something like that. So don't worry, this is an easy course. By the end of this course, you'll feel really confident that you can go ahead and actually learn something else after this also. Wish you all the best. Are we learning Python? Yes. Okay. So we are learning Python. So though we're learning Python, we made the course in a way that you don't learn a lot of syntax of Python to start with. Okay, you start really slow because many of you are beginners. So we don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of syntax and understanding stuff. We start with very simple concepts and then learn how to combine these simple concepts to make bigger and more complicated shapes, etc. And through the course, we'll start introducing concept by concept, one at a time, and you'll learn enough Python to be able to actually do Python without even this platform or this line, without the graphics here. Will the recording be available if you miss a live class? Yes. Okay. It will be. We encourage you to join the live class, but we'll record everything and then make it available. We'll send an email with the link, and it will also be available in the course pages if you miss it. Will the session be recorded? Yes, they'll be recorded. I've all the answers. How will we send the works done by us? Okay. So the way we do it is inside the course, there's a place to solve exercises. And you solve and submit it, and that's how you send it. Okay, I'll quickly show for people who have not seen that in the interface here. Let's look at the first lesson. So this course is designed in a way where you can watch a video, and then there are interactive examples in the lessons. You can actually run this code to actually show you the output. You can say C equals circle and show C, to actually show a circle. That's your first program. And then there is this is an exercise wherein you have to, I think, yeah. So this program draws a circle, but it asks you to draw a rectangle instead of a circle. So there's a hint about how to do that. And then once you do that, you can run the code and see and then submit the solution. This is how you submit. The green button that you see, that's a way that you submit the solution. Once you submit that, the mentors will be able to see the solution. And we're also working on auto-correcting the solution. So when you submit it, it will tell you if it's correct or not. Hope I answered that question. Yeah, one more thing is, apart from solving these exercises, we also have a place to create sketches. I think most of you are already started creating interesting sketches now. So you can create different sketches. This is another way where you can actually show your submit your work. Do we have attend any kind of tests after completing the course to acquire certificate? No, we don't plan to have another test, because every day that your exercise that you're solving, day itself is a test in a sense. So the evaluation will be kind of happen throughout the course, not just a test at the end of it. Okay. So anyone who completes the required exercises would be eligible for the certificate. We'll send an email with more details. Right. Okay. One thing that we expect you to do is to kind of be regular in submitting these exercises. So if you don't do regularly, I think there will be a penalty. I think we'll let you know those details in an email shortly. When should we start? You can start today. You can start now. Okay. There are some things that we have not enabled right now, but the first week's contents are pretty much going to be the same. So you can actually start the course right away. Go to the Java programming and then start looking at the video, looking at the examples and solve the exercises. And we'll update you when there's something new coming up. Okay. Will we get any certificate? I've already answered this. Yes, you're going to get a certificate at the end of it. Yes, live session will be recorded. Okay, so let me kind of clarify. We're going to send a pre-recorded videos during the week, and there will be one live session per week. Okay, that live session will also be recorded and then shared with you. Is it enough to understand the basics of programming? Actually, you don't even need to understand that. Okay, we're assuming that you don't know anything about programming, and we are starting to teach programming from the absolute basics in this course. Okay, so if you know some basics of programming already, that's nice. You'll have a good time. You'll have easy time kind of going through the first week. But even if you don't know any programming, I think you should be. You should actually feel comfortable. Are live sessions recorded? Yes, live sessions will be recorded and will be shared with you. We get certificate. How we get a certificate? Okay, so we'll email you a certificate, and there will be a link to verify that. I think we're also thinking of actually making a physical copy of certificate and actually hand it over to you. Could you please comment on that?
Yeah, we will make that. Anyway, you will receive the digital certificates after completing the course. Yeah.
Thanks. So YouTube can attend classes? Okay. So then the videos, which are part of the course, but they're also part of the course where you need to look at examples, run them, and then submit your exercises. For that, you can't do it from YouTube. Okay. You have to log into Mon School platform and do it from there. Okay.
Weekly live sessions will be held in there. So yeah.
What do we do if we get stuck and at some point have some doubt? Okay. So one is you can get in touch with your mentors. So there are multiple forums to kind of ask questions. Inside the lessons, there's a discussion forum. You can ask questions. You can get in touch with your mentors. Or we're also thinking of kind of, if you get stuck in exercise, you can actually ask for help right there. So we're kind of working on that. But I think ThinkUp is working with creating a different channels for each campus. Could you please explain that?
Already in ThinkUp, I mean, people are already joined in Discord channel. You may see that there is already a channel called Joy of Programming channel. It's actually running specifically for this specific program. So you can actually mention your queries there. So people will, I mean, other mentors will be answering those questions.
Great, thanks, Gillian. Activity credit points. Yes, okay. So I understand you really asking for would there be any score if you solve an exercise, etc. Yes, we're working on that. but I think it will take.
Excuse me. Activity credit points. They means in K2 structure. I mean, engineering activity structure. They are actually mentioning about that one. So right now we don't. I mean, can't provide any specific stuff like that. Anyway, I think you can actually submit your certificates there. I think they will provide some credits for that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that question. Okay, great. It's quite interesting to kind of see so many questions coming up. If you have any other questions, like please type it in. I'll just wait for some more time. Okay, let's move more. Is this course free and where to register and all? Okay, this course is free. To register for this course, we're actually running as a private cohort with TinkerHub. There are about 50 colleges kind of participating in this cohort. But if you want to do this course independently, if you're not part of one of these colleges, still want to do the course, you can go to mon.school and sign up. So, Michelle, could you please type in the YouTube window? You can go to mon.school and sign up for the course. Yeah, it's free for all. Yeah. Any other questions? Any questions from the mentors? Sorry, I've not been able to get the mentor dashboards ready yet. Okay, so that's something that will come in a day or two. Okay, so please bear with me. We're kind of running a little late on that front. Any test? No, there won't be any test. The fact that you're solving this problem exercise every day, that itself is a test for you. There's not going to be any separate test. And so we not have any end of the course test. We'll not have any end of the course test, but you'll have to solve problems almost every day. Can we enroll new students now? Kudian? I think we decided to keep it open till end of the week, right?
Yeah.
Look, I think some of the mentors are asking this question. Can you answer this?
Okay. Can we enroll new students now? Yeah. I mean, till Friday, you can actually enroll new students. This course we learn.
Not really. This course will not only learn how to draw figures using programming, but you'll also learn how to program. The course is really not really about a drawing. It's really about how do you think like a programmer, right? So when you think about programming, one of the fundamental ideas of programming is really like you take the simple ideas, then combine them to make bigger things. That's how most of the computer systems are built. Okay. So this course tries to make that process live. So what happens is when you actually learn programming in the traditional way, you only learn about the mechanics of programming. You don't really think about the higher order thinking, right? I mean, how do you think like a programmer? Or how do you divide the problem into smaller chunks and do that, etc. Right? The fact that you're actually using the programming to draw things, the moment you kind of get down to complicated shapes, there's no easy way to do it unless you actually break it to small pieces. Right? People talk about modularity, abstraction, etc. When you actually go slightly reach an experience level, okay. The fact when this medium kind of gives us a chance to learn those things from the beginning itself. Because if you have to kind of create a pattern repeated in a circle, you have to first write a function that creates that one shape and then kind of repeat that, etc. So you learn how to write functions. Why you actually intuitively understand why splitting the code into functions is actually useful. And these things are really hard to learn in the traditional approach. So I think this course not only just teaches you how to draw figures, but actually many valuable lessons about programming also. Can you say some tips and practices to follow and beginning to learn programming? So So one important thing to do is I think you have to do it repeatedly. I think repeated practice is what makes you great any craft, not just programming, right? I mean, you have to deliberate practice is what is important skill important thing that you need to develop. Okay, so try to spend half an hour every day and do something. The other thing is try to kind of come up with your own problems. Don't just solve exercise. Don't stop at exercise given in the course, right? So think about, can I make a variation of this? Go and get a sketch, right? Try to solve some of your own problems, okay? And try to see if you can relate what you're learning to something that else happening elsewhere. For example, let's say if you're doing a course on, let's say mechanics in your course in your college, right? Can you bring some of the things that you're learning in the course into this? Let's say if you're doing an electric circuits course, think about if you can actually bring in some of that, solve some of that using programming. If you're drawing some graphs in your college, try if you can actually draw those graphs using programming, right? So try to kind of challenge yourself to try new things. I think that's the good way to get better at programming. How mentors contact us? Kurian, do you want to answer this?
Mentor contact us. You better to please connect with the campus team. I mean, campus team. They can actually lead to the mentors contact.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Okay, so it's the second round of questions, and we'll wait for.
I mean, a lot of questions actually.
Yeah, I think this is really good. I think I'm really liking this more, right? I mean, a lot of questions. Hello, everyone. I think if you have any more questions, don't hesitate. Please just go there, type your question, and we'll take it up.
എല്ലാ ക്യാമ്പസുകളിലും ആക്ച്വലി മെന്റേഴ്സിനെ അലോക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ക്യാമ്പസ്, ഐ മീൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോ ക്യാമ്പസുകളിലും മെന്റേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. മെന്റേഴ്സുമായിട്ട് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ടിങ്കർ ഹബിന്റെ ഡിസ്കോഡ് ചാനലിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ജോയ് ഓഫ് പ്രോഗ്രാമിങ്ങിന്റെ ചാനലുണ്ട്. ആ ചാനലിൽ വന്നിട്ടാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഡൗട്ട്സോ, ഐ മീൻ ഈവൻ സ്ക്രീൻഷോട്ട്സ് ആയിട്ടാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലോ ഈവൻ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഡൗട്ട്സ് ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. അവിടെയും ആക്ച്വലി മെന്റേഴ്സ് അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. And I think we can wind up. Right?
Yeah. So one more thing I just want to kind of leave a note, right? So, so if you have any of your friends in your college who are not sure whether to join the course, please push them to kind of sign up. So we're looking. I think it's a great opportunity to learn programming in a really fun way. It's not an opportunity what missing. So if you know any of your friends in these colleges who you think if they benefit from joining the course, please kind of push them to kind of sign up. The sign-ups are open till end of Friday. Yeah.
So okay, I think I'm audible.
Yes.
So I created a couple of polls and I saw some response. The people are not really enjoying the session so far. So if you have some queries or any questions, right, you can ask your mentors, if you have some doubts regarding anything. Okay, I mean,
Vishal, could you please share the link join.tinkerhub.org?
Yeah, sure. So if you have any queries, okay, if you think if you have question what is happening, okay, I have registered for a course and I have some questions, I have some doubts, so feel free to join this Discord server of Tinker Hub, and you can actually get your question answered and some other supports as well throughout the course and post course as well. Yeah, sure. If you have still any questions, please join the Tinker Hub Discord, and thanks for everyone for joining. Anand, I'll ask you to go ahead if there is something.
Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so much. I'm really quite excited to kickstart this cohort. I'm sure we'll have real fun journey learning programming together.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best, and I hope to see you soon again on this Saturday.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye bye. We'll end this session now. Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Bye.